भवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवभूतो तहिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु तन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या हरिषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तवतया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्रशिवा धनुरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि पुंसीं पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि यदा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अभ्यवोचदविभक्ता प्रथमो दैत्योऽभिषक् अहेकश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अर्ध उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये क्षेमागुं रुद्रा अमितो दिक्षु श्रितां सहस्रशो वैशागुम्भेण ईमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहान्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयादिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीरुषे अधो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोराग्नियोज्याम् याश्च ते हस्तऋषभः पराता भगवो वपा अवलक्ष्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशतेषु ते निशीर्य शल्यानामुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विद्यन्तदुःखवर्धिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम्पुता अनेशन्नस्येषव आहुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिर्मीदुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते तनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नाथकाय कृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव तन्वने परिते तन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अतो यविशुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निदेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशां च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय कृषीमते पतीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्रुषाय विव्याधिनेनानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विनेक्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्ताय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्तपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैघोषायां क्रन्दयते पत्नीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नभीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सामान्य शिवते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते सायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमस्त्रिकाविभ्यो जिगातुं सद्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसि मध्यो नक्तं चरद्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमतिषु मध्योदन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आदन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यभ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वभद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः ग्राहिणीभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्तृगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो वृत्सेभ्यो वृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो प्राणेभ्यो प्राणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रतिभ्यो रतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः निषुभृभ्यो धन्वकृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो युगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः प्रवर्धिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिबिविष्टाय च नमो मीरुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृद्धने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीघ्राय च नमः ऊर्ध्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीत्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो ज्ञान्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्षाय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरकाय च नमः शूराय चावविन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरोधिने च नमो दिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च अनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रकृशाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णे च वेषायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीत्याय च नमः सोत्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाट्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः गोप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वश्याय च वश्याय च नमो भेद्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईन्द्रियाय च कप्याय च नमो च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नम उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे पदाय च दूरे पदाय च नमो अन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तेर्याय च कोल्याय च नमः पार्याय च भार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आधार्याय च लाभ्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च पेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रभात्याय च नमः हिरण्याय च प्रपत्याय च नमः विपुंशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः प्रपर्दिने च कुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च कृत्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च केन्द्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्ट्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्ध्याय च शून्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमो अगुरवाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिरते च प्रखिरते च नमो वक्विरिकेभ्यो देवानामुहृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणतेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वक्तेभ्यो नमः आनिर्हतेभ्यो नमः आमीवक्तेभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषाम् पुरुषाणाम् येषाम् पशूनाम् मा वेर्मा रोमो येषाम् किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनु शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृगजीवसे इमामुम् रुद्राय तपसे कपर्दिने शयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा हर्षवसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वम् पुष्टम् ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् प्रदातो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्जयोश्च मनुराय ये पिता तदश्यामतव रुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकम् मानवुक्षन्तमुतमानवुक्षितम् मानो वदेद्वितरम् मोचमातरम् प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोकेतनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषुमानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वदे अविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्नमुदपूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुन्दमस्मेते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देवम् प्रोग्यदा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विवर्हाः सुविश्रुतम् रक्तसदम् युवानम् मृगन्न भीममुपहर्तुमुग्रम् प्रडादरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निव पन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतुर्वृणक्तु परिप्रेषस्य दुर्मतिरकायोः अवस्थिरा भगवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेवस्तोकायतनयाय मृळया मीडुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधम् निधाय कृत्तिम्बसान आचर विनाकम् दिग्प्रदागहि विकिरितविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रकुम्भेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निव पन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याः तेषाम् सहस्रयोजने वदन्तानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यण्डवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवानि नीलग्रीवा श्रीकण्ठाः शङ्खादिवगुं रुद्रावुपश्रिताः हे वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरानीलग्रीवाविलोहिताः हे भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखा सख्यवर्तिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पदाम् अधिरक्षय ऐरभृदायभ्युदः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सुतावन्तो निषङ्गिणः एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्तानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्याम् येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिव्येषामन्नम् वादो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रदेशेर्दशोदीचेर्दशोद्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु ते यम् विश्वो यश्च नोन्वेदिनम् भोजम् ते ददामि कर्मकय्यजामहे सुगन्धिम् पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वाभुवनादिवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतम् पाशा मृत्यो मज्जाय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानाम् ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्येनाम्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हियश्विषुः सुदन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वामहेशौ मनसाय रुद्रम् नमो निर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयम् मे हस्तो भगवान् अयम् मे भगवत्तरः अयम् मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वश्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणम् च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वम् च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रम् च मे सोश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे शीलम् च मे दयश्च मरुतम् च मे मृतम् च मे यक्ष्मम् च मे नामयम् च मे जीवादुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वम् च मे नमित्रम् च मे भयम् च मे सुखम् च मे शयनम् च मे शोषा च मे सुदिनम् च मे
ॐ अत्रिणात्वात्कृमेहन्नि कण्वेन जमदग्निना विश्वावसो ब्रह्मणा हतः कृमि गुं राजा अप्येषादस्तपतिर्हतः अधो माताधो पिता अधो धूरा अधो क्षुद्रा अधो कृष्णा अधो श्वेता अधो आशातिका हता श्वेताभिः सह सर्वे हताः आहरावद्य श्रुतस्य हविषो यथा तत्सत्यं यदमुयमस्य जम्भयोः आदधामि तथा हि तत् खण्डम्रसि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
भर्गोदेवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि
Namaskaram everyone. Swami, please think through me, speak through me, act through me. So after those melodious bhajans by the youngsters and the young at heart, I've been given the unique opportunity and my privilege and honor to introduce Professor Anil Kumar while he is going to speak to us about Guru, among other topics. And when I was asked to do this, I was asking Swami, how do you want me to introduce this close devotee of yours? What would make you happy? And Swami kept showing me this scene in Parathi, and I saw the scene over and over again. So I'm going to try and recreate the scene for you. Swami has asked us to chant the Rudram. We chanted the Rudram today. And the first Anuvaka, the 10th mantra of the first Anuvaka is Namo astu Neelagrivaya Sahasrakshaya Midushe Aso Athoye Asya Sattva Noham Tebhyo Karan Namaha. So that means salutations to the blue-throated Lord who has innumerable eyes, who sees all with innumerable eyes, and who bestows happiness upon us. Further, salutations also to the devotees who surround him. And to take the scene over to Parthi, if you can see the same scene, let's imagine, the magnificence, the magnificent scene that we have seen, we have been so fortunate to see. We have Swami sitting on his throne in all his glory and Vedas and bhajans extolling his glory. And we are sending our salutations to him. And when we send our salutations to him, the salutations also reach those devotees who surround him, and they also reach, we can see Professor Anil Kumar sitting on one of the steps there, his usual seat on one of the steps, very close to Swami, just a few feet from Swami. So our salutations reach him also. And this is the scene that Swami kept showing me. And also, I think Swami used to love joking and bantering with Professor Anil Kumar. And that always brought a lot of joy to everyone sitting in Kulwant Hall. And really, I don't think Professor Anil Kumar needs an introduction, but I think we all know him. But to those of us who need an introduction, I'll try to do justice. So, Professor Anil Kumar is less than just a handful of people who have been given, who have been asked by Swami to do the translation of his discourses in real time. And so to those of us who do not understand Telugu, we have heard Swami's words in Professor Anil Kumar's voice, and that's how we have come to understand Swami's words in real time, in impeccable translations. And with his impeccable total command over Telugu and English, and his unique brand of wit and humor, Professor Anil Kumar is known the world over, communicating Swami's teachings in a simple yet very understandable, digestible fashion, very, very nicely. And he has given talks all over the world spreading Swami's messages. Very uniquely privileged to be the translator for almost 2 decades.
Yes.
Almost 2 decades. He was also chosen to travel with Swami innumerable times. In addition to that, I think he has been given the unique privilege of dining with Swami also innumerable times. And so he has had, as such, with all these experiences, he has had so many unique experiences that he has brought joy to innumerable people who have listened to his talks when he shares his experiences. And very, very privileged, we are very privileged to have him here. And then I have a few more pointers, or rather few more facts about him. This is something that was shared by Shambai. Professor Anil Kumar has also served as a faculty member of the Biosciences Department at the Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashanti Nilayam. He was the principal of the Vrindavan campus and has also authored numerous books on Swami and his teachings. His commitment and lifelong devotion to Swami and to spreading Swami's message is verily, truly inspiring. And it's our collective honor, all our honor, to invite you, Professor Anil Kumar, Uncle, to address us today on Guru and whatever other topic you wish.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, dear brothers and sisters. I am mighty happy to meet this group this afternoon celebrating Guru Poornima, and have been asked to deal on that topic, which is quite relevant for the occasion. Well, a newcomer comes to Dallas with no idea. The experience starts from the airport. He is sure to be lost somewhere. Almost a big city, the airport itself. So to go to the different counters, you need a guide to take you there, or else you may go somewhere. You need a guide to take you to the counters. If you go to a new city where you have never been, you need some guide to take you. If you go to such great centers like Ajanta, Ellora, Khajuraho, all such places, you need some guide. Rameshwaram, Madura. In other words, guide is the one who will take you to places of your interest. Will show you the correct spots where they are located. On your own, you will not be able to make out. Further, there are some places where the guides explain clearly what you are seeing and what you are going to see. That's the role of a guide. In spiritual field, who is a guru? In the spiritual field, guru is different from the physical sense or from the worldly point of view. Spiritually, a guru will take you to advanced stage. Meaning, I'll put it simply this way, from known to the unknown. What do I mean by that? All this we know. All that we see we know. All that we hear we know. All that we read we know. But God we do not know. So Guru will take you from known to the unknown. Vyakta to avyakta, which is manifest, which is unmanifest. That is Guru's job, to take you from this to the other place. Unknown, I mean unknowable also. Unknowable. There are three levels, kindly be familiar with these three words. Known is the knowledge. Unknown is ignorance. Unknown can be known at any time. Ignorance, when once is dispelled, it becomes knowledge. But the third one dimension, unknowable. You cannot know. I say, then why should we hear? The thing is, that which is known can be expressed. How is this hall? So beautiful, wonderful. I've been looking at it. How are the children? Very cute, very good. All that is known can be expressed. But that unknowable cannot be expressed. Spirituality is unknowable. That's the reason why Upanishads say clearly, those that say that I know, do not know. clearly. And those that say, I know little, they know ample. Therefore, let not anyone get into the illusion of having known spirituality or religion or Bhagavan. Only thing we are to know is that we do not know. Because it cannot be known. Unknowable. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. Anandam brahmano vidvan na viveti kudaschana. It cannot be expressed by word. It cannot be reached by comprehension or the realms of your intellect. Impossible. Therefore, the Upanishad says clearly, Taittiriya Upanishad, it clearly says it cannot be known. But it says, what does it say? It cannot be known. When Upanishads are helpless, then we start thinking that we know. Well, nobody can help us. Nobody. Then what are we to do? When it is unknowable, what am I to do? My job is not expression. When things are known, only experience. Experience. Bhagavan Baba clearly said, you cannot know me. No electronic gadgets. Kaadu nanpatta yeti ghanunikaina. Kaadu nanpatta yeti ghanunikaina. Any mighty man, any scientist, any greatest intellectual cannot know me. He clearly said. Therefore, experiencing the divinity is true spirituality, not expression. Therefore, Guru will help us from this stage of known to the stage of unknowable. From the stage of expression to the stage of expression. And then Guru also will help us in another dimension. It is clearly said, if you have got urge in you, you have got that yearning in you, pining, lasting, the depth of devotion, the eagerness to acquire the knowledge of the divinity, what will happen? God will help you to find a Guru. God will help you to find a Guru. If anyone says, I have Guru, I have known my Guru, you are a fool number one. How do you know so-and-so is a genuine Guru? How do you know that? You cannot know. When I say, I have known Guru means, you have no idea of Guru at all. It is Guru who picks you up and not you to choose a Guru. Please understand. It is not given to you to choose your Guru. It is Guru who selects you. That's the reason Baba said, unless I will, nobody can come here. Unless I will, nobody can come here. Meaning, it is not given to your option. We know many, many people who could not come there with all their willingness to make a trip. There are many people who are just roaming, not aiming anything, suddenly packed and landed in Puttaparthi. It is not election, but it is selection. It is his choice. And then you cannot help. When once it drives you there, you cannot help. To give you a personal note, I don't know how you take it. It is a surprise to me, even this day, how I am staying there in Puttaparthi for 30 long years. I wanted to come out. Yes. I never wanted to stay there that long. Have darshan and go, that's all. But he never allowed me to go. Something or other happens. It only means he doesn't give you choice. You go to that state when you will have that choiceless awareness. Choiceless awareness, meaning you have no choice. Many people come and ask me, how are you here? I don't know. Why are you here? As you find me. How is it that you continue to be here even in the physical absence of Swami? Please ask him. Therefore, choiceless awareness is that one that we have got to develop by the grace of our Guru. On our own, we cannot get that because we are humans. Naturally, at every level, we claim the credit. Many people come and tell you, I have gone to Puttaparthi 20 times. It's not a cricket score. Many people say, oh, is this your first visit? Yes, sir. I had been here 20 times. Is it any competition or running race or what? It's all nonsense, I tell you. Coming to Swami is not your seniority that counts, not the number of years you have spent that count. What is it that matters? What is that matter? Swami gives you a beautiful example. You know, all of you are from India, I know. You know our Indian buses, Road Transport Corporation, fully packed. Very difficult to get in. Particularly villages that stop, the buses that stop at various points at villages, you know. Very fully packed. So all passengers will rush into the bus. The first man who has got the muscle power will get in and occupy the front chair, first seat by the side of the driver. Whereas the last fellow who is quite lean and thin, with no muscle power, he will stand at the gate. What to do? It's already full. But when the bus stops, the fellow who was the last was first to come out of the bus. The fellow was the first who sat there, is the last to come out of the bus. Therefore, this is example given by you, by Swami. I am not capable of giving such examples all by myself yet. Therefore, it's not the question of when you came, that's nonsense. It is that how you are drawn towards him. If you take some examples like illustrious examples, Nani Palkiwala, the greatest jurist of this country, authority on Indian constitution. Yes. How they are drawn to Swami? Have they visited Swami repeatedly? No. Not to my knowledge. But how is it they are inspired? Because they are ready to get inspired. They are ready. Not that we are not ready. They have done some homework to come over there. They have done some sadhana to deserve his grace, not simply sit and grow. This is what Swami said at one time. The bus drivers make a trip every day. Is not a guarantee for liberation. There are so many workers here in Prashanthalayam. They are not going to be redeemed. There are number of trees for over number of years and electric poles. It is not a guarantee for moksha. So it is not the number of trips that you make, it is not the duration that you spend there. Is first his grace, and two, your deservedness that matters. So Baba comes into our life. We are all here because of his grace. Let us not say, I have come here. No. He sent you here. You have not come. You have come in spite of you. In spite of you. Therefore, spirituality is an experience to know that you are chosen to develop that spirit of choiceless awareness. Choiceless awareness. And then as taught by our Guru. And the next point I would like to draw your attention is this. In the regular world, when success, or when we meet success, we feel elated, very proud, even stop the traffic, tell I have achieved. That's what it is. In times of frustration, we are completely lost. We begin to cry. It is not spirituality. Sukha dukkhamulu samamuga bhavinchi jivinsute bhakti naku Jeevinsutundute bhakti naku. The pain and pleasure should be taken with equanimity, with equal mindedness, with balanced state of mind. That is devotion, as Baba said. Therefore, let go should be our attitude towards life happenings, life situations. Let go. Let go, what do I mean? Oh Bhagavan, I do what all I can, but let go. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let things happen as you decide, as you will. Because we do not know. If anyone asks you what do you want, if Swami asks what do you want? Swami, give me some at least one day time to make a list of things what I want. Suddenly if he asks you what do you want, what do you say that? Such a thing had happened in Vrindavan long ago. In the morning time when giving darshan, Swami climbed down the steps and then stood there, morning darshan, all VIPs. And students also were there. Suddenly Swami called me. Anil Kumar, what do you want? I'll give you, come on. It is not the occasion to give me any rewards or boons. The two morning, first darshan. What do you want? I was taken by surprise. I said, Swami, I don't want anything, Swami. He said, do you know English? Do you follow me? I am asking you, what do you want? Then I said, Swami, when everything is given by you without wanting, without asking, why should I specially ask? Why should you? Because you have given me without asking. Why should I ask? I have not asked you to give a lecture on this. No. I want you to let me know what you want. I am ready to give. Swami, since you are insisting, this is my request. Come on, tell me, I'll give you. Swami, I'm taking some time. Immediately said, I'll give you moksha now. Come on, take it, he said. Liberation, you take it. Then I said, Swami, moksha I don't want. I don't want. Immediately he turned towards students and said, your principal is a pagal. Well, all people following the religious path, performing rituals with all the sincerity and honesty and commitment, aim at that moksha. Here is your principal who says he doesn't want moksha. Gone. And then I said, Swami, excuse me. Why I don't want moksha, I'll tell you. Moksha, I do not know how it looks. Fair or dark? Tall or short? Thin or fatty? Sweet or bitter? I have no idea. And no one came and told me, Anil Kumar, moksha is beautiful. Please join me there. No one came and told me. I have no idea. Why should I ask that? I do not know. But anyway, since you are insisting on that, I would tell you, request you, with your kind permission. I know the taste of your name, Namasmarana. I know the taste of your message, Sandesha. I know the taste while disseminating, spreading your message everywhere. I know. Therefore, if you really feel like giving me a boon or a reward, please make me take birth again and again, repeatedly. Let me be born again and again. So that I'll take your message to every doorstep across the globe, I said. Very good, very good. Come on, take Padamaskar, he said. Therefore, desires have got some limit. We do not know what to desire. Leave it to Guru, what he feels fit enough for us. As she introduced me to all of you, let me tell you one point what Swami does. She told me that Anil Kumar is a translator. To give you just my background, I'm from a town, a mofussil town. I'm not from state capital or a metropolis city. I studied in a Telugu medium school, local, up to college level. Not in any Sainik school or modern school or convent, nothing. He brought such a fellow to translate his discourses into English, which is the only source of listening to him to the entire world for a quarter century. That is the greatness of Bhagavan Baba. That is the greatness of Baba. That is the glory of Baba. Unbelievable. Therefore, the Sadhguru takes you to that level, to that exalted levels that you cannot believe. Is that so? Yes, it is. I'll give another example. An young lawyer who started his practice just afresh happened to be Bhagwan's devotee. Swami visited him and told him, I'll make you the district judge. He is an young fellow. He is an young fellow. How is that he can become a district judge all of a sudden? How is it possible? He said, Swami, it is not possible. I'm a junior lawyer here. Huh? It is not possible. That which is not possible to you is possible to me. So never say impossible. He became district judge later. Swami went to his residence and said, district judge? Oh, good. Huh? I'll make you high court judge. Swami, even this is more than expected. You want? Yes. And he became High Court Chief Justice. Swami went to his residence. Oh, Justice, come on, how are you? Impossible. Possible to Swami, you know that. And then he looked deep into his eye and he said, I'll make you Supreme Court Judge. Swami, all these rungs of the ladder I climbed undeserving. But how do you take me to the top rung of the ladder? That's not your business, leave it to me. And he became Supreme Court Chief Justice. Swami visited his residence and then told him, good, Supreme Court Justice. You will continue in this position for 5 more years. Swami, it's not possible. For the period of office, for any Supreme Court judge, Parliament should approve his extension of service or superannuation. Without Parliament approval, I cannot be in this job. And what your Parliament? It's not government that matters, it is government that counts. Keep quiet. Later, National Water Commission was constituted and he became chairman of that Water Distribution Commission and rank equal to Chief Justice of India. Then Swami tells, how do you like it? This Swami said, keeping that man by his side in Kodaikanal. Who is that man? Balakrishna Iradi from Kerala. Balakrishna Iradi from Kerala sat his by his side. Swami started telling him how he has taken him to the top position. He was just crying like anything. I saw that. Therefore, Guru will take you to unbelievable heights of excellence, to a state undreamt. Not that you can calculate, not that you can understand, not that you understand or deserve. That's all within the parameters of human effort. That's all. I also remember how a Sadhguru acts. Not necessarily in person. A physical guru, A guru in the ordinary parlance will be in a physical form to teach us and direct us. But Bhagavan Baba is Sadhguru, the Guru of Gurus. Meaning, he will act, guide you, protect you, anywhere, from anywhere. How do I say that? I am giving you popular examples. There are thousands of examples. These people are known to you. These are very eminent devotees. Therefore, I chose to cite their examples. There is a film actress who is very well known in the celluloid world for about 5 decades on the silver screen. Not an ordinary lady. She played the roles of Sita. All people know that. She happened to be the wife of a music director. That music director is Adinarayan Rao. That actress is Anjali Devi. Swami was speaking to us about this in Kodaikanal. These things are stated by Bhagavan himself directly, not heard or read. No. He spoke directly to all of us. He said this, Anjali Devi is a great devotee, but they made a big fortune at the time of that release of the picture, Suvarna Sundari, a very famous picture. They made 1 crore profit, it seems, in those days. And after a couple of years, they took another film where there's total loss, complete, gone. Tirupati, finish. Then what is to be done? The couple decided to commit suicide. The best thing is to do that. Both of them got into the car. Swami said personally, please underline that. And both the couple got into the car, driving towards Mahabalipuram, which is less populated. They want to go there, drive the car straight into the sea, so that they will go to paradise along with the car. Yes, straight. With that desire, they came to the shore of the sea, driving fast into the sea. Just as it was proceeding, they heard a loud shout, Agu, Agu, stop, stop. This man got down. Who is asking me to stop here? Mahabalipuram is a safe place, less populated. I have chosen that spot that we are not noticed by anybody. He got down, he found nobody. Then he thought it may be his own mental feeling that prevents him from committing suicide. So let me try to die for a second time. Nobody can die for a second time. Death happens only once. So, let me die this time. He got in the car and driving. Again he heard a loud shout. Stop, come. He got, he found nobody. Then husband and wife could understand it is Bhagavan's command. It is Bhagavan's will. They are not supposed to commit suicide. And the couple drove the car straight to Prashantilayam from Mahabalipuram. Swami gave them an interview. Swami should explain, after all, you are listening to second-hand information. When Swami describes this, you will feel both of them driving the car into the sea. Yes, because he is an excellent storyteller. And when they came there, Swami looked at them and said, Paya, you are gone, you are gone. Arey, I am there. Why do you worry? I am there. I will protect you. He called them and granted an interview. That is Sadhguru. That is Sadhguru. Wherever you are, in whatever condition you are, he will come to your rescue. This example, Anjali, all of you know, therefore I am giving this example. I will give another illustration of another actor. Both of us shared the same tires. At several places, a very popular actor and his grandchildren are students of Whitefield who settled in UK today. Both of them were our students. And that young actor started narrating what had happened to him. This actor is very familiar to many cine goers. He is a hero in several of folklore-based films. Folklore-based films, Janapada Chitramulu. Particularly directed by Vithalacharya. He is known for this stunt, horse ride, tak. He was asked to speak. He got up and started speaking. One of those days, when they were shooting the fighting sword, I was supposed to jump from this boat to another boat. Fighting, he should jump. Good, it's a regular practice for him. So this man fighting with the sword jumped over to the next boat. Instead of reaching the other boat, he fell down in the middle into the deep water. He fell down totally in the deep water. He would have been collapsed. He doesn't know any swimming. He himself on the dais. It is Baba who lifted me as he lifted Prahalada. When he saved him. Baba saved my life. That's what he said openly on the dais. And he also gave another of his experience. His daughter was to join her husband after wedding for the first time. When daughter joins the in-laws family, it is quite natural that parents follow and drop her there. But this man is very busy. Film shots and all that. So he could not go. He asked his wife to drop her there. Okay. She could understand. Both of the mother and daughter were traveling. By the time they reached the destination, to their surprise, they lost the bundle of jewels there. Bundle of jewels. Will in-laws accept her? Will they believe what she says? She was very nervous. And then immediately rang up to her husband. Look here, I lost this bundle of jewels. What am I to do? She started blaming the husband. Husband started blaming the wife, as it is the case in every family. Had you been proper, things would have just up. Had you followed me, things would have been different. While this discussion, hot debate, as in a parliament, was going on between the husband and the wife, suddenly they had a thought, why not we go to Bangalore? At that time, Swami was there in Bangalore. These are all narrated by that person. In person, yes. What you call from heart's mouth. And they drove straight to Bangalore. It was the time of darshan time. Swami started giving darshan. Swami did not look at him. This fellow sat here, having lost a bundle of jewels. What is to be done? But he is a hero in the film. He was sitting in the third or fourth row. He jumped from that fourth row and fell at his feet of Swami. Who is that fellow? Kantharao, the hero of folklore-based films. He jumped and fell at his feet. And Swami said, "Yemi cinema shooting anukuntiva? Do you think it is cinema shooting? Yemi jump chesta undavo. Why are you jumping like this? Baiti pampista jagata. I'll send you. Be careful. Yenatla. Indiscipline." So it's an occasion for him to open both the taps, Krishna and Godavari, in the form of tears. He was crying. Swami, after going round, finally gave them interview. Swami's style is this. When he blames the husband, wife will feel very proud, ready to take the credit. And When he blames the wife, husband thinks that he is responsible, but he will do both. So that there will be no galata at home. So Swami scolded both of them. You are not. And then look here. By the wave of his hand, he materialized that bundle of jewels. Come on. Is this the bundle that you lost? Yes, Swami. That is Sadhguru. That is Sadhguru. In times of dire need, he will never disown you. And Guru comes in front of us in a physical form so that you will attain that formless state. Nirakara Sadhguru. Nirakara, Nirguna, Niranjana, Satya, Nitya, Sanatana, Niketana. When Swami uses all these phrases one after one, tak, 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 well, I'll be in jitters to translate them. Because if I miss anyone, he'll tell that also. And it provides enough of fun and entertainment to all of you at my cost. Huh? That is eternal, blemishless, immortal, divine principle. So Guru will take you from form to formlessness, from attribute to attributelessness. You see that? That is the job. That's why Swami repeatedly tells us, why do you want to be still in first class A, B, C? How long you want to learn? You want to remain in alphabets forever? You should evolve to higher level. Therefore, we as devotees begin with a form. By constant study and contemplation, we reach that formless state. We reach that attributeless state, Nirakara. That's what Bhagavan has said. Once he opened his palm, and what do we find here? Swami, there is nothing. Nothing. Nothing is everything. Everything is nothing, he said. Nothing is everything. Everything is nothing. We consider this is all everything. It is nothing actually. Therefore, from a state of everything to that nothingness, to a state of nothingness, meaning it's all empty. The true devotion meant that state of silence and emptiness. Because some people say, when I meditate, Swami stands in front of you. I see. Swami stands in front of you. He has no other job other than to stand in front of you. This is all our expectation. This is all our imagination. These are all our wishful thoughts. He doesn't stand in front of you. He doesn't need to. Therefore, what is true meditation? True meditation is emptiness, the thoughtless state, the desireless state, that formless state. That is true meditation. Swami will take you that height. He being the Sadhguru, he is with you to that state, such that it is a kind of travel from existence to non-existence, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. I think we have not understood the role of a guru in our lives. Of all the festivals spread all over the year, Guru Poornima is most important because it is totally, completely a spiritual celebration. It is not a celebration of festivity, gaiety, wearing new clothes, having special puddings at home, special cookies at home. No, it is totally spiritual in its area. Therefore, there are many, many things I wanted to share with you. But here, Mr. Anand is here, who is telling me that I should wind up. If you feel that I have cut short my talk, please meet him and settle the matter. I have to obey him because I wish that he should continue to invite me. My own selfishness. But he's a very good boy, no? As good as my son, even much better. And therefore, Anand, how much your time? He's so liberal, such a kind man, he gives me 5 minutes more. Good boy, good boy. We give grace marks as teachers. to pass a candidate. He gives me 5 more minutes to come to a conclusion. Please follow this. A state when we know that observer, meaning I observe this, I observe Mal, I observe whole of Dallas. But who is observing? Observer. Upadrashta anumanta cha bhakta bhokta makheswara. So as Upadrashta, as an eternal witness, anumanta cha, as a permitter, you are the observer, but not the observed. Observed are different. Gardens, and I've seen so many gardens here also. The blue bonnets, whatever you may say. They're all different. Observed are a variety. Observer is uniformity. So Guru helps you to take you from observed to the observer, from the seen to the seer, from all that is heard to the hearer. It's clearly said, Shrotrasya Sotram, Chakshusasya Chakshuhu, Manaso Manaha, Pranasya Pranam. The life source, the seer, the listener, the observer is one and same consciousness. Consciousness makes you hear. Consciousness makes you see. Consciousness makes you taste. The main switch, that is consciousness. So, Guru takes you to the observer, to the seer, to those that actual listener, and finally, identity between the two. Rivers are different, correct? But all the rivers finally merge into the mighty ocean. And rivers arise out of the ocean and they merge into the ocean. Spirituality will take you from different rivers. Dualism, Dvaita, to that sea only one. Advaita, the non-dualistic principle. The water there is not different from the water in a river. Both are after all H2O. Anybody will tell you H2O. Then, this is that. If you take a just tumbler of water, it is very much the same as the river. River water is very much the same as any other sea. This kind of unity, this kind of identity, drop is the ocean. Drop is the ocean. Ocean is not different from the drop. So, Guru will take you from the level of a drop to the level of a mighty ocean. Yes. From the spark to the effulgence, Therefore, Guru is such a subject. We could go on and on for a number of hours like that, depending upon the subject on hand and His grace, above all, time available. With these words, I take leave from you with all appreciation and thanks to Mr. Anil for having invited me to this evening's satsang. I am particularly happy for a unique experience which I never had. A girl of 5 years, a boy of 6 years, who cannot even talk properly, singing far better than all of us, these two. I am really thrilled. I have not seen this before. I went around all the 5 continents, but I have not seen this. That has thrilled me. And the level of bhajans and the tabla and others who just rendered a couple of songs are really great. I would rather say in one sentence, this is of Prashanti standard by all means. There's no doubt. I'm tempted to speak this long, not because of the gathering, huge gathering, certainly not. I see on your faces that earnestness, that sincerity, that eager, artho jignasu ardharthi, arti, jignasa, that yearning to know that I see on your faces, that made me to speak this long. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you very much for your fine words of introduction. I wish I deserve them all. I used to sit in the first step. I don't know when you saw me, and Swami sits on the chair like this, and he gives interview, slowly walks there. He sits on the chair. Yem Anil Kumar Adugu? Anil Kumar put some questions. I put some questions, Swami responds. Our professor also knows. So it went on for long, and all the dialogues, conversations are published in the form of a book, what we call Rays of Radiance. Rays of Radiance, questions put by me, the divine answers God himself in that book. Another, he blessed me with an opportunity to follow him Kodaikanal many times, and there I ask questions, because he likes these questions. But we don't want. Out of compassion, he grants you interview, and he wants to take you to spiritual path. We don't want it. When is my daughter going to be married? When is my son go to medical school? When I get visa or misalu? Except in this. He is disgusted. He wants to take the spiritual path. Some will say, Swami, joint pains, bronchitis, pneumonitis, spondylitis. Ultimately, he will give you vibhuti, manchidi bangaru, Swami talsko, everything will happen. On the other hand, put some spiritual questions. He'll have 1 full hour for you. That is my experience. Therefore, all the questions I put there in Kodaikanal have all been compiled in the form of a book under the title Satyopanishad, which is translated to all national and international languages. Meaning, he knows that I want to share what all he said. That's why he gave me that opportunity, with no claim of superiority, with no claim of extra talents, with no claim of vocabulary or scholarship. It is only his grace. Some are born great, some have achieved greatness, some have greatness thrust upon them, as Shakespeare says. I am not born great. I have not achieved greatness. Baba has thrust greatness upon me. Thank you very much, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram. Thank you, Uncle, so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful talk.
Only for this much of talk. You thank me so much, huh?
Anand, I have to meet you later. Okay. But thank you so much, and you simply transported me and all of us to Prashanti Nilayam again. From the first time I heard you speak over 20 years ago, and every other time that you have come to Dallas and spoken to us, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you so much. I'm not even going to try and bring up the 2-3 points that I absorbed, because you gave that conclusion so beautifully, that Guru is the guide and protector, and the Guru is going to take all of us from the known to the unknown, and the true experience is experiencing divinity. Not talking about it, not thinking about it, not speaking about it, but experiencing divinity. Thank you so much again. We are really blessed that you could come here today.
Om Shri Sai Ram. We will now move on to the next part of our program, Guru Mahima Gao. This is a musical rendering praising our Guru and the Lord Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I would now like to introduce our singer and members of the orchestra. On vocals, we have Deepa Shankar. Deepa started singing from a young age from her childhood days after Swami blessed her, and she initially learned Carnatic music from Guru Sri Naivetli Sanatha Gopalan and later focused on bhajans and devotional music. She has been part of the Sundaram Bhajan group since 1994 and has sung in the divine presence of Bhagavan on numerous occasions. She has also given devotional concerts in India and the US, and she has also completed Bal Vikas and has conducted bhajan training workshops for children. On the violin, we have Deepa Shastri. Deepa Shastri started learning vocal from her mother Vidushi Srimati Rama Krishnamurthy and violin from her aunt Vidushi Srimati Savitri Srinivas at an early age. She later got trained under the guidance of Vidwan Sri H.K. Narasimha Murthy at Mysore and Vidwan Sri H.S. Sundarina in Bangalore and adapted Par's style of playing. She is a graded artiste of All India Radio Bangalore and has won Yuva Pratibha Award from Annaya Sangeeta Sabha and also Best Junior Violinist Award from Indian Fine Arts Society. Playing harmonium, we have Chakri Aburi. Shri Chakri Aburi hails from Puttaparthi, divine abode of our Bhagavan. He has been playing harmonium for several years now and has accompanied many singers of various genres, classical music, bhajans, and abhangs. He moved to Dallas in July of 2021, and we are very happy to welcome him and his family here in Dallas. Next, we have on the mridangam and tabla, Shankar Rajagopalan. Shankar started his journey at the age of 9, learning mridangam under Kalamani Kulutam Vishwanatha Iyer, and had his arangetram at the age of 12. He is an AIR graded artist and recipient of the Center Government Scholarship Award by the Government of India. He has been in Swami's fold and has been accompanying for Sai Bhajan since his childhood. He has also been part of the Sundaram Bhajan group since 2007. And on the keyboard, we have Shambhavi Anand. She has been in the Sai fold since birth and recently graduated from the SSC program. She will be attending Austin College this fall, and her way of connecting with Swami is through devotional singing and playing musical instruments. And she is a very talented singer and harmonium player as well. And now, we will be moving on to our program. Our loving pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai Baba. Swami, on this auspicious Guru Poornima Day program, we are here with a bouquet of songs, and we would like to offer these at your lotus feet as an expression of our love. You are our Sadhguru, and we need your blessings always. We begin our program with a Marathi song, Sura Niragas Ho, in praise of our sweet Lord Ganesha, the remover of all of our obstacles. May the musical note become innocent. Yours, O Lord, is the most compassionate and beautiful form that moves in front of our eyes. You are the love that responds to every call of ours. You are our life, and you are our everything. We are the rivers on mountain tops that keep gurgling and gushing through valleys and forests. You are like the ocean that shines resplendently when streaks of sunlight fall. We are the honeybees that incessantly search for nectar, and you are the lotus whose heart is filled to the brim with the nectar of love. You are that feeling of love who responds when we call on your name. Next, we have a beautiful Telugu composition by Swami students. Kanula Mundara Kadali Ade Karuna Rupamu Neevu. Swami, we surrender at your lotus feet. You are our Sai Krishna, protector of all the three worlds and guiding us in our lives as our Sadhguru. Next, we have a Sanskrit song, Pavana Guna, Pavana Puradisha Mashrai.
Ajitamudayam
leaving your grace. We can leave anything in this world, but we cannot leave you even for a moment. Swami, Sai Krishna, we cannot leave your feet. We cannot leave your feet, and we will not leave your feet. Next, we have a Kannada song, Toredu Jeevisabahude Hari Ninna Charanam.
Hari Ninna Charanam
my worship, Guru is my Lord. Guru is the ultimate reality, the beloved God. Swami, you are our Sadhguru who takes us from darkness to light. We now offer our prayers to you in the final offering of the program with the bhajan, Guru Meri Pooja.
Guru
was a beautiful musical rendering. Thank you so much to Deepa Shastri, Shankar, Chakri, and Shambhavi for your dedication and effort in placing this musical offering at the lotus feet of our Bhagawan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Thank you all for sharing this moment with us.
Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmuganatha, Subramanyam. Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmuganatha, Subramanyam. Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmuganatha, Subramanyam. Shiva, 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 Subramanyam, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Subramanyam. Shiva, Shiva, Hare Hare, Subramanyam, Hare Hare, Shiva, Shiva, Subramanyam. Shiva, Shiva, Hare Hare, Subramanyam, Hare Hare, Subramanyam. Om जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी सत्यसाई हरे
Before we do the Vibhuti mantra, and so we can take the vibrations from the Vibhuti mantra straight home, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming here today. And I especially want to thank Uncle and Auntie for coming all the way here for Guru Poornima, giving a wonderful speech, and Auntie accompanying. I also want to thank Shyam Bhai, Sarojini and Nirupam for bringing Uncle and Auntie here. And I want to thank the wonderful program that we had, the wonderful music program. I want to thank Pita, Shankar, all the musicians, all the little ones who sang for bhajans today, and all the wonderful volunteers. I know you all have worked for hours today to put this together. So thank you everybody. Thank you so much. And now we will just take Vibhuti and leave with the divine vibrations. Sai Ram.
Vichitram Leela